I'm pleased that the subcommittee is meeting today to examine the issues of visa security, which is particularly appropriate as we recently marked the 10th anniversary of the terrorist attacks of September 11, 2001. The 9/11 hijackers did not sneak into this country, did not cross a river, the Rio Grande, but rather enter the United States on visas. More recently, the attempted bombing of airline by Umar Farouk on Christmas Day 2009 refocused attention on the vulnerabilities in the visa process. Since 2001, the Department of Homeland Security and the Department of State, with direction from Congress, have taken important steps to strengthen visa security, including efforts to identify and enforce overstays. Individuals who were admitted to the United States legally, either with or without a visa, but then overstayed their authorized periods of admission. Of the approximately 11.5 million to 12 million unauthorized resident alien populations, the most recent estimates propose that it's about 33 to 48% are overstays. That's almost 50% of all the people that got here, again I emphasize, did not cross the Rio Grande, but actually came in through a visa and overstayed. 5 of the 19 September 11, 2000 hijackers were overstays. There would be no argument against the vital importance of the work completed by the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, and the Counterterrorism and Criminal Exploitation Unit, the CTCEU, whose primary responsibility is overstay enforcement. In addition to the CTCEU overstay investigations, the primary responsibility for apprehending and removing overstays, as well as aliens who do not have lawful immigration status, rests with ICE, the Enforcement and Removal Operations, the ERO. It is my understanding that certain individuals subject to orders of removal from the U.S. are often delayed due to the respective host government relations with the U.S. And members, I will have Madam Chair, I'll have a handout on this and an overhead to go over this and ask the witnesses on this particular issue. Consequently, host countries refuse to accept the return of their nationals or use lengthy delay tactics. And I know this is an issue that I sat down with John Morton and the State Department, trying to get the State Department to move a little faster on this particular issue. And I look forward to hearing more from the State and GAO about the U.S. formal relations with these countries and why visas continue to be issued to individuals from such countries and at what rate, and as well as recommended steps for improvements and actions being taken. And again, members, I would ask you to look at this particular issue as we talk about this. Also within DHS and ICE, ICE has stood up a visa security units, the VSUs, at high-risk visa issuing posts. And it is my understanding, I might be wrong, but it is my understanding that historically there has been some tension between ICE and State regarding getting new VSUs established, and hopefully we've gone beyond that turf battle. And I hope to hear from the two agencies about whether they have made progress in overcoming those obstacles. Customs and Border Protection also plays an important role in preventing terrorist travel to the U.S. They've established the Immigration Advisory Program units at key overseas airports to help screen travelers to the U.S. Also, I visited the CBP's National Targeting Center, and I've seen the good work that they're doing, along with their interagency partners, pre-screening individuals en route to the country. Many believe that given its security missions and resources, DHS should play an even greater role in the visa processes. At a minimum, we need to make most of our limited visa security resources and ensure that all agencies are doing their part. I look forward to hearing from our DHS and State witnesses about how their agencies can work cooperatively to prevent those who would seek to do us harm from traveling to the United States. It's worth noting that despite all the attention of the vulnerabilities along the southern border, and again I emphasize, members, an estimated 40 to 48%, as the chairwoman said, of those currently in the U.S. illegally entered legally through the proverbial front door, but have overstayed. Again, visas legally into the United States, but overstayed, not crossing the Rio Grande. We know that the overwhelming majority of those who enter the country do so for legitimate purposes. Even of those who enter the country illegally or enter legally but overstay, the majority mean this country no harm. But nevertheless, those people have overstayed and have violated the law. However, a decade after 9/11, the fact remains that there are terrorists and other who seek to enter the United States for purposes to hurt us and our communities. I look forward to a good, frank dialogue on this important Homeland Security matter, and I thank the Chairwoman Miller for holding this important hearing and the witnesses for joining us here today. Thank you.
I thank the gentleman.